Well, hello, Internet, and happy holidays. So, if you're anything like me, Christmas trees and Christmas music and carols and things do put you in the mood for nothing else than high proof tequila. So, I thought, this is probably going to go up on the 24th or the 25th. And I wanted to get these in before the end of the year, is the thing. But they're also, I think, just terrific Christmas drink. They're very spice driven and stuff like that. So, um, I have previously done a very long video on uh, high proof tequilas. I'm sorry. Um, I'll hold these labels up in a second. Um, and one of the problems I ran into during that tasting, well, there were a lot of problems. It was just a logistical nightmare because there was too many bottles, really. But one of the other problems was I couldn't find a lot of Highland Los Altos high proof tequilas. Uh, the market has since remedied that with two more of them. So we're going to taste these today. Um, yeah, in general, I've been hammering on about increasing the proof of tequilas more generally for a while. I complained about the Siete Leguas in one video, and got a little heat for that, but that's okay because I really think it would be a better product at even 1 or 2% higher strength. And in general, I've been talking about how good these little occasional high strength releases really tend to be. So we're going to compare two of them. The first one is the sorry about the glare, the Gran Dovejo from what is this? Nam one 41441. I'm not going to redo this. 1414, which is actually not. This is not the first sort of higher than 40% bottling they've done. They've also done Cabeza, which I can't find anymore, but that was a perfectly decent, cheap little tequila. Um, so from the southern Los Altos, stone oven, I believe. And the fun thing about this is they're using champagne yeast, so that should come in. That should create some interesting results. This, if you're curious, is lot P. I don't know if you can read that. I think it's PL3. It could be P13. I think whatever. Um, and this clocks in at 49% alcohol. So the other one here is also from the southern Los Altos. This is a little bit more famous. In fact, it's the #1 rated distillery on Tequila Matchmaker. This is G4 from NAM 1579, which is pretty much known just for this series. Um, Open vat fermentation on this, so I believe that's wild. This is wild yeast. So this is going to be a tale of sort of differences in fermentation, probably. Also, this is a little bit stronger. This is 54% alcohol, so we're coming right up against that 55% legal barrier for tequila. All right, let's get this little head-to-head going. All right, first the Gran Dovejo, high proof. Oh, I wrote down Feliciano Vivanco is the name of the distillery. Um, as you'd expect from champagne yeast, it's very light. Comes across as very light and quite floral. Um, but a little vegetation coming in. Some artichoke, both fresh artichoke, but also some smoked artichoke on the side. Some stuff that was maybe not even in the oven, but like in a wood smoker, that kind of thing. Um, some wildflowers, but almost more like a wildflower dryer sheet, um, but in a nice way. And it just kind of smells creamy. It smells like full. I don't know how else to put it. A little vanilla bean. There's no oak on this guy. These are both unaged, but agave spirits can have a little bit of vanilla in them, so I think that's coming through. A little Christmasness, a little like an evergreen tree coming through, a little Christmas tree. Um, a little bit of like a damp basement thing. Like like it just rained and your basement isn't totally insulated, so it's a little damp down there. Um, Also like kind of a dusty field kind of thing too. It's a little bit of dusty dirt. It's very subtle nose. It's maybe a little bit of like salsa verde, um, the green stuff, maybe mixed in with a little bit of like pork belly minus the pork part of it. Um, okay, on the palate, hmm, yeah, very clean. Oh, very refreshing, very Christmassy, very sort of evergreeny. Um, yeah, sort of arrives on pine, like pine needles, nice pine needles. This is not ginny. Um, some basil, little fennel, little spearmint in there. Throw in a little twist of lemon, some dried flowers, and there's this creamy sweetness that I love about agave spirits, and particularly about tequila. Um, this is filling up my mouth. It's with the sort of a with that sort of sweet herbaceousness. A little vanillin again, because that's just the character of this particular spirit. Yeah, it's a little bit like agave syrup and like steamed milk, but then throw some you know I don't know, pine into that, but nicely so. Um, White pepper, a little bit of cooked cactus actually, like that's yeah. But as much as it arrives like sweet, it's quite dry and very cooling on the finish. Very refreshing. Oh, I like this. Um, it's yeah. This is what these are both what tequila should be. You know, you could throw this in oak if you wanted to. It would still be great. Um, I don't know why they're not all like this, honestly. This is by no means a sort of highfalutin, high flying distillery like, well, like Siete Leguas was. But the extra strength is just making it show up. Let me see if that's enough water. A little more. One more, like half squirt. That should do it. All right, moving on. So this is the G4. I don't know what the official name for this is. G4 108 proof? Blanco? Something like that. Does it really matter? Do you care? All right, okay. Let's see what we got on those. Oh, I wrote down the distillery again. So it says Destileria El Pandillo, but it's 1579. That's, I think, what most people call it. Okay, very different nose. I mean, this feels like, like just bigger, deeper, like more orchestral. This is here we got like a string quartet. Here we got like, some Bruckner or something. This is like the full power of the sort of late 19th century orchestra showing up, except it's a tequila. That is also a little pine still, but it's really sort of being crowded out by other stuff. There's some like a muddled mint leaves, um, just fresh topsoil. There's like a just like a seaside cliffs that like you're smelling the rocks on a seaside cliff or something like that. Um, but there's also like a latte thing going, like like you dump some agave syrup into someone's vanilla latte or something. Just a little coffee and milk note, fresh topsoil, a little kind of lemon lime zest thing. And weirdly enough, even though this is the one that's not doesn't have the champagne yeast thing, this actually smells more champagne-y. Um, like a like an extra brut nature or something like that. Just a very serious, mean champagne that's gonna kick your ass a little bit. It's sort of like you know bready, slightly green aggression. Okay, on the palate. Ooh, more heat, and it's coming through, but that's okay because we like more strength. Um, oh, so what I'm getting is like this weird balance between this is both really aggressively herbal. This is like herb city, but it's also very just sweet and it's like got like agave sweet and creamy and just silky all at the same time. Um, like this is, this is a the bodybuilder in a tuxedo. That it's that kind of thing. Oh. Okay, muddled mint again. Very similar, kind of carries on from the nose, really. Mint that mint thing, like agave nectar. Lots of black pepper, actually. Just very herbal, some basil, rosemary, vanilla essence. Also very dry and cooling on the back end. That sort of, starts extremely sweet, but also herbal, and then kind of dries out and gets sort of, a little toothpastey, a little hippie toothpaste on the back end, which I like. Um, yeah, there is fennel, but there's also something like weirdly um, like nutty about this, almost like almond, like orgeat or something like that. Like the sort of rose water almondy thing that you use to make mai tais. Um, there's there's even like a little like like a limestone rocky thing, like the seashore cliffs thing again. There's also some actual lime in there, like um, along with the that like limestone kind of touch. Um, Something that reminds me of Amaro, even though nothing I can point to distinctively like tastes like Amaro. Mm. It's yeah, extremely herbal and aggressive, and at the same time very sweet and nice. Oh, this is gonna hit a lot of people's palates. This feels like the sort of thing that Americans would love. If I Is that too stereotypical? Like I feel like Lefroy lovers would like this. Um, and one more squirt. See if that's good enough. Close enough. Close enough for video purposes. Okay, back to the Gran Dovejo. Oh, did I explain my usual way? So usually what I'll do a first pass. Add a little water. Let it get a little air. Let it settle down a little. See how it reacts to water, and then sort of give them a final run through and score. Okay, with water, this gets much more sort of lemongrassy. Actually, like lemongrass, but also actual just like like recently cut grass and a little squirt of lemon in there. Still very floral. There's like a lime thing, like a lime candy component in this, which I really like. It's just very like nice and friendly, without giving up that uh, sort of seriousness. It's a little bit more. It's actually become a little bit more vague on the nose than on the initial than when I first nosed it, which is a little bit odd. Usually that doesn't happen. On the palate, hmm, it becomes actually smokier. A little I was gonna say plastic smoke coming out, but that's not quite right. This is more like a leather smoke. You set leather on fire. I don't know. Can you set leather on fire? I guess you can, right? A little bit sweeter as well. A little more agave syrup coming out. Peppery. There's a little bit of dairy sour. A little throw some whole milk yogurt in there. Um, Still herbal. Really nicely balanced. I mean, this is this is just a lovely tequila. You can sip this. I might actually sip this one neat, because the heat initially wasn't coming through, and the water isn't. It's not hurting it, but it also isn't doing that much for it. I like this. I'm gonna give this an 86. I did write down 85 plus, but I think that's underrating it. Um, I do come up with notes and scores for and everything beforehand, but I try to. I am actually tasting these things as I record the videos, so I leave you know I leave some room for these things to surprise me. And this one kind of showed up a little bit, especially like just neat. I think it's just a terrific little tequila. All right, back to the G4. Um, this is so weird. I mean, it's lovely. It's just you have to sort of get your hands around the fact that your arms, whatever. Um, it's both very herbal and kind of smoky, but at the same time very dessert-like, all at once. So this is there's like a whipped cream aspect to this coming through in the nose now, but it's like smoked whipped cream. It's like, again, that leather smoke thing, but also like just outright plastic smoke now. Like evergreen, like you set a Christmas tree on fire, that kind of smoke too. Um, some almost like a mustard note coming through, like not mixed mustard, just the powder, right? Just the mustard powder, straight up mustard powder. Very mineral, just rocks all over the place. Um, but then throw like a lime into the middle of that, and like a stick of celery. It's even a little bit waxy. There's like a Kleinlish thing coming through on this, which I like a lot. It's a little, the minerality, the wax, the slight citric note. All that's kind of pointing me in a Kleinlish direction, but I mean, it's a tequila, and it's obviously a tequila. So quite a nose, especially when you add water on the palate. Oh, so it's just huge and obnoxious and smoky and just delicious and shameless at the same time. Um, there's tons and tons of smoke, but then like infuse that smoke, all of that smoke into like just some luscious hot cocoa made with agave syrup. Um, this is this is no, like a cafe mocha made with agave syrup. That is. But then you're not done. You're gonna throw some like black pepper and some artichokes and some like asparagus into your into your smoky agave cafe mocha, and then maybe like add a squirt of lime in there. That's what this tastes like. Oh, and some rocks, just some straight up rocks like limestone, gravel. Throw it in there. A little dried grass too. God, this is good. It's just excellent. Yeah, I wrote down 88 points. I see no reason to change that. This is an 88 point spirit. And I think like this is on sale for probably, last time I checked it was like 55 bucks or something. Go buy this. Like seriously. The only question in your mind should be, okay, wait, 55 bucks. That sounds familiar. Where have I heard like 55 bucks in high proof tequila before? Well, if it sounds familiar, that's because the winner of the last tasting also cost $55, and it came in a liter bottle instead of a 750, and it is bottled at 55% instead of a mere 54. So this little Tapatio here, from what the hell's the nom on this? 1139, also a very well renowned distillery, but not as much as G4. G4 gets more press probably. It's useful to compare these two. This was also a Los Altos tequila, and it would be great to compare these two. If I had, a properly watered, rested version of Tapatio lying around. Here's one I prepared beforehand, as they say. So by comparison, very limey, very floral, still also very minerally though. Just softer and smells like more buttery, for lack of a better term. Quieter, but has the same level of complexity as this. Oh, hang on. Okay. I couldn't choose between these two. Lafroig, Ardbeg. No, I can do better than that. More like Aston Martin, Jaguar. This is louder, more obnoxious, edgier, angrier, sexier probably, more expensive, right? Because, $750 as opposed to a liter. But if you're really paying attention, it's not actually that, any better than the little Tapatio over here. So it's sort of that's kind of my, I don't even know what those two brands are doing anymore, but that was kind of the way it was 5 years ago. So maybe it's still the same. Anyways, once again, the takeaway is the same from the last high proof tequila video. Go buy them. If you see one in your area, go buy it. It's not going to suck. Like these they're consistently good. They're consistently worth seeking out and worth exploring and worth, your money. I don't know why, and I don't know why the rest of the industry doesn't, follow suit with these, or at least bump up their strength a little bit, because man, it makes a difference. This is what tequila should be. This stuff here, and yeah, that's kind of all I got to say. So what? 86, very good if you can find it. 88, very schizophrenic, but wonderful in its bizarre match of different elements, and the equal of this little Tapatio here. That's kind of all I got. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays. Cheers, I guess.